Farms, Farmer State Bank and Trust Company of Mount Sterling, Farmer State Bank of Greggsville, Hinderker Funeral Home, Henry Automotive, Cassing Lumber, Larry Dunn Accounting, The Land Guys LLC, Mount Sterling Savings Center, Moreland and Devitt Pharmacy, Prairie Land FS, Ray Insurance Agency, Rustic Gardens, Scranton Heating and Cooling, Yingling and Nissen Agency, and York Tire. And now the broadcast of the Brown County Hornets on BCHornetsSports.com, your source for Brown County sports.
Hello and welcome everybody to this broadcast of BCHornetsSports.com. I'm Daniel Rissman here to bring you some 9 and 10-year-old All-Star action between the Brown County All-Star team and the Quincy Park District American League team here tonight. We'll be starting around 6 o'clock in this ball game, and I'm now here with Steve Surratt as he will do some color commentary here for a little bit until he has to leave for a meeting. We'd like to welcome you to the Scranton Heating and Cooling pregame show. Call the Comfort Man at Scranton Heating and Cooling in Mount Sterling. They will install Trane and Mitsubishi equipment and service all geothermals, furnaces, air conditioners, heat pumps, and ductless mini-split systems. Call the Comfort Man at 773-2626 or visit them on the web at comfortman.com. So I see that everything's going well as he get you on here. There you go.
How we doing tonight?
I think it's good. It sounds pretty good.
And so, am I pretty good, Weston? Hey, we're glad to have you on board tonight, guys.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be here for a little bit and looking for an exciting ball game and to get things going. And so. I don't know, the American League team, I think this American League team lost to the National League team on Saturday. And so we'll see what kind of game it is. But the one thing we know, keys to the Brown County game, and we'll talk about the Henry Automotive keys to the game, brought to you by our ASC technicians, Doug and Darren Henry. For dealership quality auto repair and service, call Henry Automotive at 217-773-9066. But keys to the game are, for Brown County, to win this game, are no walks, or very few walks, because they produce runs. Very few errors, because errors produce runs. And then we need to not leave many people on base, because that does not produce runs. And then for Brown County in particular, swinging the bat. The first inning yesterday, they didn't come out swinging like they did the rest of the ball game, and we saw how the second through the fourth inning was, and it was Brown County just hitting like a machine. They had 3 strikeouts in the first inning. In fact, pitcher Dodds for Quincy.
Dodd
for Quincy had 5 strikeouts in the first 2 innings. And then after the second out's when Brown County started hitting.
Yeah, it seemed like, I think I said this yesterday, but both teams had different mentalities. You had a team that was swinging aggressively and striking out. Then you had the Quincy Park District National team, and they just weren't swinging. They were getting walks. I think that was the only stat they had batting-wise was walks in that ball game. And the one thing I was taught is you want to strike out.
Automotive will make sure your vehicle is ready for whatever season is ahead. Henry Automotive provides dealership quality auto repair and service at hometown prices. Henry Automotive, located at 1157 690th East Street in Mount Sterling. Just turn north at the KC Hall onto Damon Road, drive 1.8 miles, and look for the big blue and yellow sign, or call Henry Automotive at 773-9066.
When it comes to your money, local is better. Farmers National Bank of Greggsville is here in the heart of the community, working where we live. We make sensible loans to our friends and neighbors so that we can help our community grow. Stop by and see our friendly staff and see what we can do to meet your financial goals. Located in Greggsville, Pittsfield, and Mount Sterling. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This is Brandon Kindhart with Double K Firearms. Have you ever been in a big box store and saw something you just couldn't live without, only to find out the employee has no idea what he's selling? You know, the same guy that was behind the deli counter the day before. At Double K Firearms, we treat you like family and want you to enjoy your experience while you're here. We buy, sell, and trade new and used firearms and much, much more. We offer an amazing selection and extremely competitive price. We would love to get you set up with whatever it is you're looking for, whether it's for hunting, recreation, or just adding to your collection. That's Double K Firearms, 212 East Main Street, Mount Sterling, or call 217-430-7523. And remember, always support local, and the best time to buy it's when you see it.
Cassing Lumber Company, your do-it-best quality paint dealer, mixes unique paint colors for any project. Bring a sample of your pillows, curtains, or other items, and Cassings will scan them into their computer. Mix your unique color of do-it-best quality paint and save the information. Need a special gift? Cassing's gift department has gifts for everyone. Cassing Lumber Company, hometown family-owned lumber and hardware store, supporting hometown schools and families for 45 years. Route 99 South, Mount Sterling. Call 217-773-2611.
We would like to welcome you back here. I'm Daniel Rissman here with Steve Surratt. He'll be here for a little bit, and then he has to go to a meeting, a boring old meeting.
Board meeting.
Yeah.
Church board meeting.
A board meeting, a.k.a. a boring meeting. And then we got Weston Herring here doing the YouTube camera system stuff, all that jazz. So thank them for helping us with that. We like to take you to the B&N Trucking Incorporated starting lineups. B&N Trucking Incorporated is locally owned and operated since 1999 with a family-orientated and families' values approach to business. If you need something hauled or want to be part of their team as a driver or owner-operator, call B&N Trucking at 217-289-3555 today. So we are going to start off with the visitors. That is the Quincy Park District America team. I think that's what we came up with.
Yes.
Everybody was throwing around Adams County American League team, Quincy American League team, Quincy Park District, but it is the Quincy Park District of American League team. So we're going to start off with the leadoff batter. That is Sebastian Manning. He will be at shortstop. Batting second is John Verdverlaw. I believe that's
Venverlaw.
Venverlaw, yep. And he will be out in center field. That's a big name, big tongue twister of a name. Batting third is Peyton Parker, so close to being Peter Parker. He could be Spider-Man if he wanted to. He will be behind the plate. Next up is Jack Mitchell. He will be in the cleanup position, and he will be at first base. Next up is Jackson Smith. He's batting fifth, and he will be out in right field. Next up is Cash Kennedy. That is also a very wacky name here. I believe that I have him as a catcher, but he is not the catcher. He is, I believe, the pitcher. For some reason, I put him in as the catcher, but he is not. He will be pitching here tonight for the Quincy Park District American League team. Next up is Cody Hollensteiner. He will be at second base. Next up is Dawson Stafford. He will be in left field and batting eighth. And last but not least, you got Hunter Dolman. He will be at third base. And the substitutes for this Quincy team will be Miller Benz, Chris Heineke, I believe that is Peyton Strauss, and Silas Strahler, I believe. Get verification from Steve. It's Strahler.
I'm trying to look. I don't see that name.
He's not on the. He's
What are their
he's on the
substitutes?
bed. Yeah, they're substitutes.
Okay.
I think it's Schaller. I'll call him that. If not, you can tell us on YouTube or on the chat on the MixLR app. But now we'll bring you the Brown County team. That'll be a little bit easier to pronounce their name since we have done it millions and millions of times here. So starting off for the Brown County All-Star teams, Carter Havens. He will be at second base. Next up is Matthew Boylan. He will be at third base and batting second. Next up is Colin Dieterle. He'll be at shortstop and batting third. Next up is Connor Flynn. He'll be at first and batting fourth in that cleanup position. Next up, batting fifth is Jack Sefton. He'll be behind the plate tonight for the Brown County All-Star team. Next up in the 6th position is Wyatt Cassing. He will be on the mound pitching for the Brown County All-Star team, a lefty, so see if he can screw with this Quincy team. Next up is Meyer Maxwell. He will be out in center field and batting 7th. Next up, you got Cale Jackson out in left, and he'll be batting 8th. And last but not least, you have Henry Ingram. He'll be out in right field and batting 9th. Substitutes for the Brown County All-Stars include Evan Howell, Brody Phelps, and Mike Cassing. So that is your B&N Trucking Incorporated starting lineups. B&N Trucking Incorporated is locally owned and operated since 1999 with a family-oriented and family values approach to business. If you need something hauled or you want to be a part of their team as a driver or owner-operator, call B&N Trucking at 217-289-3555 today. So I'll say we'll take a quick commercial break here, and then we'll come back. We'll talk about some stuff about both teams, and then we'll head into the ball game. I'll be by myself doing it with no color commentary, so it's going to be interesting.
Well, you're going to have a little color here for a little while.
Yeah, a little bit, but not for long.
Maybe more than you want.
So we'll take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Spring has sprung, so dance. It's Sarah Hoots here with AADM Dance Studio. We are celebrating Season 12 by providing more ways for students to perform, learn choreography, and grow bold relationships together. All classes highlight traditional dance techniques, age-appropriate terms, unique choreography, and use of modern pop music. Come explore the magic of AADM with dance, tumbling, trampoline, or competitive team options. All about dance and more, 217-473-3970.
York Tire understands that there is never a good time for a flat tire on the farm or on your commercial vehicle. That's why York's eases your pain with 24-hour farm and road assistance. They can come to you with their on-site service truck and get your equipment rolling again. York Tire offers tires for just about anything that has wheels and can service vehicles large or small. York Tire, 501 East Main Street.
An equal housing lender.
When it comes to handling your taxes, ever feel a bit taxed? If so, why not give yourself some well-deserved tax relief and visit Larry Dunn Accounting. Larry and his staff have been helping clients with tax return preparation, bookkeeping, payroll, sales tax, and business consultation since 1980. Put their experience to work for you today. After almost 5 decades in business, their number one priority remains building long-term relationships. Larry Dunn Accounting, 443 East Main Street in Mount Sterling, or call 217-773-3400.
The Hendricker Funeral Home, located at 406 South Capitol Avenue in Mount Sterling, serving Brown County and the surrounding area for over 40 years. The Hendricker Funeral Home is a proud supporter of Brown County athletics. Jamie and Tracy Hendricker and their staff are proud of their attention to detail, the variety of choices and dignity given to each and every family they serve in their time of need. For more information, visit them on the web at HendrickerFuneralHome.com or give them a call at 773-3362. Once again, that's 773-3362.
We would like to
Farmer
welcome...
State Bank and Trust Company of Mount Sterling would like to wish the Hornets best of luck.
Sorry about that. The pause button didn't seem like it wanted to work there. So
that's because you were up in the comment section.
Yep,
you got to click back over.
That's why. That sneaky
thing.
Yeah. So with this ball game, this is I don't know how this ball game's gonna go. Honestly, what do you think?
Well, I think based on what I've seen here on Saturday and what I saw yesterday out of Brown County, if Brown County comes in, hits the ball, and the pitching is good, I think this is going to be a short ball game. And if you're Brown County, you want to do that because you want to save your pitchers for the tournament, for the district. A win today assures them of being in the district, out of pool play and into the district. So I've got to take a look at how many teams come out of this pool play. But it looks to me like Brown County should be able to do that. Right now they are 1-0, and they should end up 2-0. One of the Quincy teams is 1-1, and one of them is 0-1. So.
And one thing that we had to exclaim is that our bias. So we're called Brown County's,
BC Hornet Sports.
Yes.
Yeah, for all of our Quincy fans out there that are listening, need to understand that we are. We're a Brown County broadcasting team. We try to be as fair as we possibly can, just like umpire Sipes tries to be fair with his strike zone out there. And just he heard us talking out there yesterday. And plus he watched the video last night to hear what we said about his umpiring last night. And so we've got Corey Sipes behind the plate. Looks like Nick Hindeker is going to be doing third base. And Brian Ingram will be at first base. And so good umpiring crew here tonight. And experienced. And I've worked with these guys doing, a couple of guys are from Brown County, but I've worked with them in high school ball, junior high ball, and they are about as fair as you can possibly be. There's no bias when they're behind the plate or on the base paths.
I've had firsthand experience with these guys as well in high school.
In some cases, I'm sorry, the away team gets a fairer shake from these good umpires that are from Brown County as opposed to some umpires that are not from the county. And I won't mention any names, but some of them are barely right most of the time. So with that, we're going to go to a station break as they go into the national anthem, and we'll be back. This is BCHornetsports.com and the Scranton Heating and Cooling pregame show. I can get you. I love you, Daniel, because I can get you so messed up with my train of thought. I'm having fun out here, guys. Daniel will be bringing the play-by-play to you tonight, and got A.J. Cassing as one of the coaches for Brown County. Kevin Dieterle is the head coach, and then Jeremy Flynn. And I tell you what, we are blessed in Brown County to have really good coaches that teach people the basics of the ball game. How to run the bases, how to make the plays correctly. And then the other thing that I really like about these coaches is they want the kids swinging the bat. They will not yell at them for swinging at a high pitch. They would prefer them swing at a high pitch out of the strike zone or something low out of the strike zone than to take pitches.
Every time I've seen them kind of do a tomahawk top swing, anything outside, I always look over, and Kevin Dieterle is never angry. He always just keeps, encouraging them on, making sure that they, you don't want to swing at those, but, you get them where it might test.
Well, in the 11 and 12 pool play, because they can't play it down in Carrollton.
So we sort of lied because we said we'll do every 11 and 12-year-old ball game, but
for the district.
For the district, yes.
Yeah. Now, if you want to stick around and do it, I'll show up and help you with it. We'll just cut the broadcast off and then restart another broadcast or keep going. Whatever you would like to do, Daniel, because I know I can't come back and do it by myself. But I can probably be back for the second game, and if Weston can't stay around, doesn't want to make. Has other things going on as young teenage boys do. But I invite anybody to stick around. We'll broadcast a ball game if we got people to do it. And if not, you slide over and do the video, and I'll do the play-by-play. But just in case I don't get back and we're doing it, you might want to get the starting lineups and get started for me.
Yeah.
So
I think that's a sure thing now, and I think that our internet.
Internet's going in and out. We got to make some changes there.
Yeah,
Yeah. So, we can make one change to make ours better on the audio. Can't do anything about that. But
trying to get that ball. So the count is 1-0 on Verferlaw. Next pitch from Casting. Seeing if he can even this up at 1-1. He can't. Pitch that's in around the same area makes it 2-0. And heat's going to be a big part of this ball game. We saw yesterday that I think it was Drake Dodd had some heat issues. He was out there for a long time, so these pitchers really want to get out of these innings. They don't want anything long. Next pitch is a strike call. They'll make it 2-1. Especially on the catchers, but the catchers have some shade here as it's getting later in the day, so I think the catchers can tolerate it more. Next pitch is a foul ball, and that will even it up at 2-2. And I believe that you're going to put on the U.S. Cellular.
I did, but it's showing that we have low coverage with that too, so we're going to have to check out some things. We'll see how it works here. There may be too many people on the U.S. Cellular Network out here.
Maybe. Next pitch is another ball, so the count is now full. You don't want to have a runner on with a walk here, especially in the beginning innings, because that can lead to some runs that you just don't want. Next pitch from Cassing. The wind and the throw from him, and he will walk Ben Furlaw. So that is the first runner of the ball game for the Quincy Park District American League team.
What we're seeing out of him on those high pitches is he's not getting the extension of his body out there to get that follow through. And that takes speed off.
First pitch to the next batter, that's Peyton Parker. Will get it. So that will end the inning. So off of no hits, no runs, no errors, the score is tied 0-0 as the Quincy Park District American League team will be up to bat here in the bottom of the first inning.
Brown County will be up to bat.
Oh, sorry. Brown County will be up to bat. That's my apologies there. As we head to the bottom of the first inning, we'll be right back after these messages. Sorry about that if you were just listening to that noise. First three batters for Brown County here in the bottom of the first inning is going to be Carter Havens, Matt Boylan, and Colin Dieterle. A really stacked first three batters for Brown County. I don't think you have.
Were you get the other book from yesterday?
I think it's under this one.
Maybe, yeah.
You're going to look at the stats?
For yesterday. I can tell you what they did yesterday. I can't tell you what I did yesterday, but I can tell you what they did yesterday.
So Cash Kennedy will be pitching for the Quincy Park District American League team. He is pitching from the stretch, something you don't see often in this age group. First pitch to him, to Carter Havens, the second baseman, is outside. It was slow and outside.
Carter Havens 2 for 3 yesterday. Grounded to the shortstop on the first play of the first pitch of the ball game, and then hit an inside the park home run and a double.
You see this kid on the base path, he's not going to stop. You know, they say delayed steals. That was beyond a delayed steal. He ran as, I believe, the catcher was throwing it back to the pitcher, so he'll be at third.
Ball got there in time, but the tag was not put in time.
Yeah, it was a little too high there. Count on Boylan is 2-0. Next pitch is a pass ball. And Havens surprisingly not going home there. I thought he was just going to just go for it, you know.
Ball bounced back off the fence, which it normally does not do here.
No, it doesn't. Usually it'll stay back there. Count is 3-0 on Boylan. Now, as he could get walk here, 2 straight walks wouldn't be good for this Quincy team. The throw from Kennedy, as it is a pass ball, and Havens will take home, and he is safe. And we'll see that Matthew Boylan will also take second off of that opportunity. So he'll get a walk there as Carter.
Surprised. He's going to go on the first pitch. I get my prediction. The great Swami prediction from Steve Surratt is that
trademarked. We're going to trademark it.
Is that Colin Dieterle will steal his first time up, and going to bring Quincy Park District coach going to bring everybody in on the American League team. He wants to talk to the infield, and we're going to see if he's going to put a play on. I think here's what I predict: Dieterle's going to steal. They're going to throw hard back to the pitcher. And try to catch the third person at third, thinking they're throwing to second.
It seems like they are. It looks like a football huddle. Like he's like the coach is the quarterback, and he's like, okay, break. and go out to the positions.
You got to get them calmed down at this point, you know, to make smart plays and not be throwing the ball around.
I'm surprised not to hear, you know, telling the outfielders to scoot back, scoot back, scoot back.
Yeah, Flynn's going to – he hits the right center really well.
Yes.
And he went 2 for 3 yesterday. He had 2 triples yesterday and a couple of RBIs. Dieterle down at second base with the steal.
You are Houdini. You can just read their minds.
Well, they didn't do what I thought with the throw, but
maybe it was just to calm him down. Maybe in his follow through, but it seems like when the batter comes up, he's not following through fast enough. It's kind of lollipopping it.
Gone to the wind now.
Yeah.
And he's not following through. He's not getting that leg out in front, so his arm's not coming through. 3-0 pitch on the batter, Jackson Sefton. Sefton went 1 for 2 yesterday with an RBI.
Next pitch is a ball, so another walk. 4 walks in this inning for Brown County, as that will bring up Wyatt Casson, the pitcher.
A good stick here also. He'll go down after a low pitch. He'll go after a high pitch.
He can bunt it.
He can. We saw that yesterday.
Oh.
And he gets it in right field over the right fielder's head. Let's see what kind of wheels Mr. Cassing has, because he has an opportunity here for an inside the Parker if he goes. He's headed to third base, and Sefton scores, and it's going to be an inside the park home run for Wyatt Cassing. And 2 RBIs.
Just amazing. He has wheels. There's a reason why he
to be purpose in that, so that it's not all the time. I'm not getting yelled at all the time, but maybe the coach has told you 25 times, and finally after the 26th time he decides that I need to be a little more assertive with the voice.
Yeah. Next pitch.
Fouled off.
Right to me. I kind of had to do a little ducking game there, even though we have a fencing here protecting us. And I think the only 2 times is what you said, when the mistake has happened too many times where the person needs to be told in a correct manner, but also when the player's not being respectful.
Full count coming up here on this
on Maxwell, and he'll get the walk there. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 walks in this inning.
And show you a comparison.
Next from Kennedy. He's kind of switching it up there. I think that's not a very good choice from the pitcher, is to switch up your pitching style, because it can really throw you off.
Well, he's pitching like he plays some sort of travel ball where you can lead off and steal. Yeah. And somebody's trying to get him to do big stuff before he's ready to do it.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of if somebody has trouble with the mechanics of them working out of the stretch, I don't have a problem with that, because there's not as many mechanics involved. And then on the flip side of that, I don't mind a kid that can go out of full windup, but I don't think you need to mix the 2 up until you can throw consistent strikes.
Yes. Next pitch from Kennedy. Strike call. Ingram thought he had the walk there. He was moving towards first, but it'll be a strike. So now the count is 3-1.
Letter high.
Yeah. Yep.
Little expanded strike zone there.
Quincy 7-0 here in the bottom of the first inning. So we will put that down as a fielder's choice.
No RBI given on that. Well, no, there was less than. I think you got to still give the RBI on the fielder's choice, don't you?
Yes.
And so Matthew Boylan comes up. Matthew Boylan, what did he do his first time up?
Matthew Boylan got walked, and he would score. I think every batter has scored except for Cale Jackson. It's still an opportunity for Henry Ingram to score. First pitch is a line drive.
But that's because Dieterle swinging the bat.
Dieterle is a very aggressive hitter when it comes to a lot of the other batters on this lineup. Next pitch, swing and a line drive out to left field, and that will easily score 2 here, as Dieterle will send
Boylan home as Havens and Boylan scores 2 RBIs and a double for Dieterle on that play. The left fielder bobbled the ball, and as soon as he bobbled the ball, Coach out of the first, 1 out on the Cass Communication scoreboard with a pitching change. We'll be back after these messages.
It's the new year and time for a new you. You deserve better. How about treating yourself to a better way of life? Something more reliable, something faster, like the high-speed internet service from Gascom. Call and ask about our specials today at 1-800-252-1799. Another great way to save is to bundle your services. Add a home phone for the family or a local TV with our Broadvision cable services. Call and bundle all three today at 800-252-1799.
Growers trust Prairieland FS to deliver top-performing hybrids and variants that promise the highest profit potential at harvest. Our crop specialists offer seed solutions and expert recommendations tailored to each grower's fields, utilizing cutting-edge productions from our highly respected brand lineup, helping you to maximize every acre. Contact your local Prairieland FS crop specialist today.
Just like a coach preparing their team for a new season, Doug and Darren, your ASC certified technicians at Henry Automotive, will make sure your vehicle is ready for whatever season is ahead. Henry Automotive provides dealership quality auto repair and service at hometown prices. Henry Automotive, located at 1157 690th East Street in Mount Sterling. Just turn north at the KC Hall onto Damon Road, drive 1.8 miles, and look for the big blue and yellow sign, or call Henry Automotive at 773-9066.
When it comes to your money, local is better. Farmers National Bank of Griggsville is here in the heart of the community, working where we live. We make sensible loans to our friends and neighbors so that we can help our community grow. Stop by and see our friendly staff and see what we can do to meet your financial goals. Located in Griggsville, Pittsfield, and Mount Sterling. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
We would like to welcome you back here as the Quincy Park District American League has made a pitching change. They have brought in Chris Heineke in for Cash Kennedy to pitch. So Kennedy is out of the game altogether as Heineke.
At some point, you have to count some errors.
So we'll count that as an E9, sadly, for White Casting, as the first pitch is a pass ball, and he will easily get home there. And that extends the Brown County's lead to 14-0 here in the bottom of the first inning.
And people at home may be asking, why is Brown County still running home? Why are they doing that? It is 14-0. To make this a 3-inning ball game,
15.
15 is the magic number. And so there's a lot of connotations with that. In saving your pitchers, particularly if you're going to play games later this week that are the tournament down at Beardstown, and the heat on your players. So, that's one of those things, and you'll see him. I think after the 15th run, he's gonna hold off.
Next batter is Myra Maxwell. First pitch to him. First two pitches.
And he drove that into left center field. It's going to go all the way to the fence. Let's see how fast Mr. Maxwell is. Ball gets back in. I think he's going to get a triple out of this as the ball ends up and over the shortstop's head as he comes back. Ball comes back in the infield. They did a good job of hustling after that. If they got it to the cutoff man, they could have held him at second base, but it went over the cutoff man's head, and Maxwell takes third.
Score is still 14-0. Cass Communications is getting
tons
of sponsor call-outs here. As I think we've said it about a million times. Next batter is Kill Jackson. He smokes it. And Ingram will just take second there. Kill Jackson will just stay at third. Dieterle wants the Brown County team now to earn their runs in this inning. Or for the rest of the ball game, I should say.
Only one out. Haven's third time up to bat. Left-hander.
First pitch to him. Swing and a slap shot, it looks like, to the first baseman. That is Mitchell, and he will score one run. That will count as an error on third baseman Mitchell. He had it in his glove, and it popped out, but he will still get the RBI.
Error on the first baseman. All he had to do was catch the ball, but I think he was too thinking about what he was going to do with the ball after he caught the ball.
You got to worry about what's happening now than later.
Matthew Boylan up to bat. And am I wrong? He's a right-handed batter, isn't he? He's swinging. Is he normally left-handed? No, he's right-handed. Some of these kids are switch hitting.
Maybe we can get some comment from Dieterle on what's
Yeah, because in Carter Havens a right-handed batter also.
Yeah, Carter Havens. Oh, what?
He's right-handed. Yeah, I think
we'll have to
hitting.
we'll have to get a post-game sort of interview with Dieterle. We'll talk. I don't know what to say.
16 runs, and I think something got called out there. So we'll have to ask, but I'll see you guys after everything's done.
Okay.
All right?
So after, I'm not going to even have to put the stats down. There's too many stats here to put down here, but we'll see. We'll try to do our best. So after 16 runs, was one, two, 3, 4, 5, 6. So after 16 runs, 6 hits, and I believe 3 errors, Brown County leads to talk, but too scared. Maybe someday I'll get them to put them on. Next pitch is outside. That will even it up at 2-2. As Smith saying if he can start something, it's hard in this deficit that they put themselves in the bottom of the first inning. 16 runs are a lot, something I haven't seen in a long time. As balls in the dirt, they'll make the count 3-2. I've never seen an inning. I don't have words for it. That's a lot of runs in an inning. It's very lopsided in this ball game. So Steve was correct. It was going to be a lopsided ball game. Next pitch is a strike 3 call. So Cale Jackson, Cale Jackson, different player. Jackson Smith looks striking. QPD Park District American League team 16-0 as we head to the bottom of the second inning. That's your Cast Communications scoreboard. We will be right back after these messages.
York Tire understands that there is never a good time for a flat tire on the farm or on your commercial vehicle. That's why York's eases your pain with 24-hour farm and road assistance. Them to you with their on-site service truck and get your equipment rolling again. York Tire offers tires for just about anything that has wheels and can service vehicles large or small. York Tire, 501 East Main Street, Mount Sterling, right behind the FS Fast Stop. Call 217-773-3947.
Moreland and Devitt Pharmacy carries a wide variety of home medical and durable medical equipment in their normal inventory. If you need something not in inventory,
having his ball players bat the opposite hand, so that's a very interesting thing to do. Next pitch is another ball. Try to get him to be switch hitters, I believe. I honestly don't know. We could have as I try to fix my sunglasses here, we might have a post-game interview with him. I don't know if we're going to be doing the next ball game, but we could have an interesting interview with Kevin Dieterle. We'll have to figure out how that will work out. That'll be interesting to have him have a sit-down conversation as we see the pitcher Mitchell tie a shoe. So yeah, we might have an interview with Kevin Dieterle, so you can stay after the post-game show, and we can have a talk with him. Very good coach for the BC All-Star team. As Brody Phelps steps in and continues this at bat, 3-0 count on him. Next pitch is a ball, so he will start off with a walk. As that will, YouTube watchers are having a little issue here, but for audio listeners, we're doing good here. First pitch as I was right, Evan Howell's up. First pitch is a ball, so the count is 1-0. Runners at second and third. As we see the pitcher Mitchell's having to tuck in his jersey here. This game's got really out of hand in the bottom of the first inning. One of the longest innings I've ever seen. I've seen one of the longest ball games I've ever seen ever, and I've also seen the longest inning ever. I've just seen everything now. Now, I know that Steve has said that the South Fulton High School game with Brown County was. Steve always makes it interesting, so when I'm by myself, I'm always trying to figure out things to talk about. Next pitch to Maxwell is a fly ball out to center field, and that will drop in front of the center fielder, Vanverlaw, and that will score just 1 run. So that will be a single and an RBI for Meyer Maxwell. As that will bring up Cale Jackson. He had a really, really outstanding hit. It was a triple, a line drive. Almost could have got a in the park home run, but he kind of tripped there. It's not that he's not a wide casting, but he's had some wheels on him there. First pitch is a high one. Catcher Parker is able to catch that. It wouldn't matter. No runners would have been going there. The 1-0 on Cale Jackson. Pitch for Mitchell. One is out. I believe that is. Oh, they have made a pitching change. Let's see who it is in the back. It is Boylan. So Matt Boylan has come in to pitch. I believe Wyatt Casting is now behind the plate, so this could be a close for him. Next pitch is a strike. Count as 0-2 on Dawson Stafford. Next pitch, Boylan seeing if he gets the first strikeout in this inning, and he will. Stafford looks at 3 straight strikes there, then that'll be the first out, as that brings up Hunter Dolman, 9th and last batter for the Quincy Park District All-Star team. As you look at a strike there, count as 0-1. I think they're just wanting to end this ball game as the lead is just too far from here. Next pitch is a foul ball. Good swing there by Dolman, but has to be in play there. Count is 0 with 1 out. So Brown County after this game will have a lot of pitchers to work with. Casting, I think, it was under 50. And if Boylan gets through this inning quickly, I think
It's best of luck this season. A local bank with local people, local decisions, and local investments. The Farmers State Bank and Trust has been serving the financial needs of Brown County for over 100 years. Visit them today for all your banking needs at the main bank in Mount Sterling, the For Sales branch, the Timewell branch, or the branch located inside the IGA in Mount Sterling. Farmers State Bank and Trust Company, member FDIC, and housing lender.
The Ray Insurance Agency is an independent insurance agency in Mount Sterling. We offer competitively priced insurance products that fit the needs of you and your family. We specialize in personal, commercial, and agribusiness insurance products. So call me, Brad Casting, today at 217-773-3851 for a free quote and risk assessment. We are located at 128 West Main Street in Mount Sterling. Our phone number is 217-773.
we'll get him to sit down, get him comfortable. If he's available, I think he will be. Well, as we'll do that, we'll do the Casting Lumber Company Players of the Game. Casting Lumber Company, hometown family-owned lumber and hardware store, can help you start or finish any job you have inside, outside, big or small. Stop by and see how they can help you get the job done. Supporting hometown schools and families for 45 years. Casting Lumber Company, Route 99 South, Mount Sterling. Call 773-2611. And I'll start it off with Quincy American. Quincy.
You deserve better. How about treating yourself to a better way of life? Something more reliable, something faster, like the high-speed internet service from Castcom. Call and ask about our specials today at 1-800-252-1799. Another great way to save is to bundle your services. Add a home phone for the family or a local TV with our Broadvision cable services. Call and bundle all 3 today at 800-252-1799.
We would like to welcome you back here. We got a special guest. We got a legend in the making
Oh
here.
my. That's some big words, my man.
Yeah, we got Kevin Dieterle here to do a post-game interview. Last time we did this with Wyatt Casting. So you're the next in line, but you know this well. What was your idea? You wanted to make it easier? There we go. So I mean that will end it with Wyatt Casting here, as we're going to end this broadcast. So we would like to thank our listeners for coming in and helping us with our support and stuff like that. We're going to be back next week. We're going to do 11 and 12-year-olds. We're doing every single 11 and 12-year-old game. What do you think about that? every game. So we're not
Yeah.
doing just